Hello, Away with E on TikTok. I'm a fan of your work. You had inquired if the current R.C.M.P commissioner is a WEF member. This is interesting, but before I get into it, if you're following me and you seem to for the World Economic Forum content, I'd suggest that you go to my YouTube channel, Google Common Sense Carl videos on YouTube, it'll pop it up. The titles are clear, the chronology's laid out, and I don't put everything on TikTok. You may have questions about the World Economic Forum that I've already addressed, perhaps. So before we look at Miguel Duheme, the current R.C.M.P commissioner, the R.C.M.P commissioner is appointed by the governor in council, which is essentially the cabinet, on the advice of the prime minister, and operates. The commissioner of the R.C.M.P operates under the direction of the Minister of Public Safety. Currently, that Gary degree fellow who doesn't know which end the projectile comes out of. But I want to go back to 2022. Marco Mendicino was the public safety minister then, Minister of Public Safety. Anyways, he's a Young Global Leaders graduate from 2015. Gary is a WEF as well. Which brings us to 2022 and Brenda Lucki. She was the R.C.M.P commissioner then. She's a Young Global Leaders program graduate. Although I didn't go back in and check her dates and the chronology of her ascension in the R.C.M.P with her, WEF, YGL stuff. You may recall during the Rouleau Commission, which was properly titled the Inquiry into the Enactment of the Emergencies Act, Brenda Lucki under oath, sitting there going, where she dimed herself and Trudeau out by stating, as she had to under oath, that she had been waiting to receive direction from the PMO, the Prime Minister's office. And you may recall further, just before I come off the topic of the Rouleau Commission, Rouleau WEF, everybody, the CSIS, the R.C.M.P, the OPP, and the Ottawa City Police had all advised Trudeau not to enact the Emergencies Act. And he testified that he had taken it upon himself to do it. That said, we clearly see that Brenda Lucki was operating directly under the influence of Trudeau. How can you see it any other way? So if there's any question, well, let's get into Miguel Duheme. Trudeau placed him temporarily on March 17th, 2023. Lucki had resigned after the heat of the Rouleau Commission. Don't forget, the court ruled that the enactment of the Emergencies Act was illegal in its enactment and violated our Constitution, but I digress. Back to the current R.C.M.P Commissioner, Duheme. Trudeau placed him temporarily in 2023 and permanently on May 25th, 2023. Okay. So anyways, is he a WEF member? Couldn't find him anywhere. What I did find is interesting. He may have been associated with the World Economic Forum based on his appearance on their website in 2021. His office was contacted for clarification on why he was featured on the website, but no response has been publicly disclosed. Now, I can't seem to track that down any further. Where did he appear in his website, on their website? What was it in regards to? Who contacted his office for clarification? This is all a matter of public record and can be pursued, but I don't think I'm going to bother any further. I won't say that Duheme is a WEF member, because I won't say anybody is a WEF member unless I find them to my satisfaction in the World Economic Forum's official website, or if I come in through a side door and find them in the World Economic Forum's Young Global Leaders program. But would I bet he is? That I would. So anyways, I hope that answers sort of your question. It seems to me Trudeau's not going to appoint, and I guess I should say, did not appoint anybody in the time he was in power that isn't a World Economic Forum member. So, again, I would bet that Duheme is, but I can't say it for a fact. And away with ye. Plug my work on your channel. We got to get the word out more on it. Use my material, stitch me, use my research, talk about it, whatever. More people are catching on to the World Economic Forum, but not enough, hard enough and fast enough. We wouldn't have elected Carney, perhaps, if more people knew what it was all about. Anyways, thanks for your inquiry, and if you have any other questions, I'll try to answer them. But this weekend, well, next video, I see you've run on for a while here.